Welcome back, everyone, to the Westport Independent. Now, like we're always going to be doing in this game, we did some more editing, and it looks like we managed to sway people into favor of the rebels while not gaining any suspicion. I'm kind of happy, but we did lose a little bit of popularity. I'm not that happy about that. So let's see what we can do to change that. We're gonna have to bring that down a little bit. You've got mail! That your paper, the Westport Independent, seems to have problems understanding the guidelines provided by the Loyalist government in advance of the introduction of the Public Culture Bill. We assure you that these guidelines are absolute, and if your paper continues to neglect them, countermeasures will be taken. Yeah, we're gonna have to reduce some of that. So let's get some broken property, students protest, movie star minor accidents, cult in the West disband. Park planned for the Southern Docks. Yeah, this one. Government new park leads hundreds of... No. We need to make the government happy so that way they're not breathing down our necks. Oh, man, get away. Public space. Public space. Privacy bubble, man. Privacy bubble. A new park is planned for the Southern Docks in preparation for next year's sports festival. The government will make room for the park by demolishing nearby apartment complexes. The apartments currently housed. Get rid of those two. Just get rid of them. Phil, thank you. Hey, is he becoming more of a rebel? No idea if these guys are becoming any different. Student protests against police brutality. Yeah, let's talk about that cult a bit. Psychic visionary taken out by government. This morning, police broke into the Roberts Foundation, arresting author Peter Roberts. Charged with suspicion of kidnapping and treason, Robert has been brought in for questioning. Additional charges include suspicion of fraud. Just like the prophet predicted, the arrival is nigh. How about no? Julie, you can do that. Broken properties, Eastern District, students protest. Movie star in minor car accident. Lisa, no. Renowned movie star Harold Finn suffered an accident yesterday evening by crashing his car into a streetlight. The accident resulted in some dents to the front of the car. The streetlight was knocked down. I wouldn't think you would get away unscathed, so I think that's a lie. Annie, you can do that. Local factory hires scabs. Hires woman workers. Ooh! I think this is before women rights were available. A local shell factory announced today its intention to bring women into the workplace. The owner described this as both with times and cost-effective. The announcement came shortly after a massive strike against the company's dangerous working environment. There's always somebody right for the job, the owner said to the press. Yeah, let's be a bit happy. Let's try to be positive to this. Let's be positive this week. Proceed to layout. Car accident. New park plan for the Southern Districts. Disbanded. Starting crash. Ooh, that was a lot of celebrity. Some industry. Okay, marketing. Now you're gonna want some. About 15% if I were to guess. You're gonna want a bit more. Not quite as much if I were to say 15%. But you have some of the highest, so let's give you about 30%. Let's up this to 20%. Up you to about 25%. Up you to 20%. Up you to all the way. There we go. Publish! Let's do it! Though I don't know if any newspapers that have just 4 articles in them. So, Phil, how are you? You didn't show up for work yet. Did you work yesterday? Oh yeah, sorry. I was a bit preoccupied. John needed someone to drive him to the doctor. Oh, your brother? How is he? Better, I suppose. The doctors say he can move his toes now. They still aren't sure when he'll be able to walk again, though. Oh, something must have happened. Week 9. 3 weeks left until the Public Culture Bill comes into force. Oh, sold out in the Southern District. Oh boy. Rebel government. We're trying to make you happy, government. Why you do this? Why you do this? You got mail. Because of your impotence and reluctance when taking care of your team, we forced to take your employee Frank into custody. We strongly recommend you rethink your position in this matter. If you can't handle your workers, we will be forced to act in ways. Oh, we only get one warning. Frank! No! Frank! Frank! Oh no. Cartoonist arrested for slander. Government arrests command for cartoon. I'm angry. I'm angry. A cartoon artist for the Great Western Inquirer was arrested and is currently awaiting trial. I wasn't giving him too many, anti-government stuff. Details of the charges are unclear, but include slander and producing treasonous material. This came up after a recent comic strip, The Government Body, which cast several public figures as different body parts. I don't even want to know. Don't give it. There we go. Mercury found in fish from the southern districts. Fish from the southern districts could kill you. Yeah, that's what mercury does if you eat it. This morning, a shipment of fish from the docks was found to contain a dosage of mercury exceeding the national guidelines. Wait, what? Viewed as a potential health hazard, the shipment was confiscated. Medical officials, however, confirmed that the dosage is still below lethal amounts. The public is advised to avoid purchasing fish from the southern district. Considering that we said it could kill you, let's just leave that bit out. Phil. Thank you, Phil. Pirate radio station is shut down. Government cracks down on subversive propaganda. Last night, police raided a local warehouse turned pirate radio station in the western districts. The employees were arrested on charges of treason and spreading subversive propaganda. The station broadcasts mostly imported music by blacklisted artists. We won't rest until this filth is properly purged, assured the Minister of Interior Affairs. Okay, fine. New plan. Ooh, this'll something be for hanging. New plans to add fluoride to drinking water. Government adds untested substances to drinking water. Oh, you took one of my employees. The Department of Sanitation announced today its intention to add fluoride to the water supply. This is due to a research showcasing the substance's ability to decrease chances of cavities. As research on fluoridation is still ongoing, this would make the Westport one of the few places in the world to adopt it. Oh, you took one of my employees! I'm not happy. Industrial cartoon. And there. Okay, marketing. You're going to look a lot, so let's give you about 60%. You're going to about 30%. You're going to get 5% here, and you're going to get... Let's increase this down to about 55. Increase that to 10. Yeah, how about just 15? You can have 15%. Yeah, that seems about right. So I went on the state yesterday. How nice! How'd it go? Well, I wasn't stood up at least. So, what happened? It turned out she didn't think it so much as a date. Apparently she had a boyfriend and she brought him along. Wow, that's harsh. It was just real awkward, but at least I found a liver bill on my way home. So, I've got that going for me, which is nice. Things are so sad now that Frank isn't here. No! Until the public culture bill comes into force. Holy crap, 2 places are now completely sold out. Nice. 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 Hey, you took one of my guys. Was denied. Okay, we still have all 3, thankfully. President speaks at veteran gathering. Man shot during robbery close to the Eastern factories. Ooh, yeah, this one. This one will be great for you. Actually, I might give this to Julie because, she could use some neutral stuff. New teaching materials in all state schools. The current materials in schools are outdated and incorrect, says the Minister of Education. All teaching materials will be replaced with updated material. The new materials will be examined by government officials to ensure it is proper and relevant. Yeah, you piss me off, government! The President speaks at veteran gathering. Man shot. Bomb disrupts rally. Ooh, government informant killed in fire. Brave patriot murdered in terrorism plot. You know, let's have something good in there. Something for Phil. Last night, a fire broke out in the middle of the Eastern District in the home of Bob Greeley. The cause of the fire is still unknown, but neither Gritty nor his family survived. Gritty was an ex-rebel who provided the government with vital information in the months before his death. Police have yet to issue a statement, but speculate rebel retaliation. Yeah, that seems good. Alright, Phil. Alright, Anne. Force propaganda onto the press. Fights for what? Nope. Last night, the LNMA chairman discussed his upcoming plans for Westport's press. In the plan, the chairman stated that he wanted to introduce mandatory public information slots. These slots would be used by the government to spread important information to the public. The chairman means that this will keep the public well informed at all times. I don't really see anything that I can really twist here, so let's just give this to N. Alright, proceed to layout. Societal, a lot of crime, a lot of societal, okay. Like no industry, no districts, you're not getting any. You're getting like 70% here, buddy. You're getting about 15%. You're getting about 15%. 12%, 18%, publish. Week 11. One more week. We can make it. Until the public culture bill comes into force. No letters? Okay. Ooh, completely sold out in the southern docks. Our popularity is a lot, and we just lost some suspicion, but also keep swaying the people's political opinion toward the rebels. Yeah, there we go. Okay, still got 3. President visiting schools. Unemployment rises. Bombing by the southern docks. Former rebel speaks out to press. I don't see anything. Aha! Please shut down prostitution ring in the east. Please shut down brothels for not paying bribes. Why not? Why not? They took one of my guys. I'm not letting that go. I'm not letting that go. Last night, police shut down a local brothel in an Eastern District warehouse. According to the statements, police have long suspected the location. All patrons have been arrested. Witnesses claims to have heard one of the women pleading that they had already paid for protection. Thank you. President visiting schools. Ooh, yeah. President visiting private schools while ignoring public schools. Nah, that's too hostile. This last month, the president visited 10 schools across the country. The visits were centered around private schools funded by government officials. During his stay, the president spoke both about his career as well as a future in politics. Let's get rid of that and give that to Phil. Former rebel speaks out to press. The end times are near. The confessions of a former rebel. Today, a man claiming to be a former member of the rebel. Okay, I'm not even going to do it since I can't talk. Taxes to be lowered thanks to government effort. Come on. Government cuts economic support for public schools and hospitals to make the rich richer. Oh. Talk about slander. Slander. I don't know if I want to do that one. Unemployment. Employment has skyrocketed during the last few years. More and more people are left without jobs. new study shows that currently around 37% of the population are unemployed. 32% of the working population do not make enough support for their families. Worst of the inhabitants are the southern docks, where employment is around 43%. Can you do this? Come on, you need to do one. I need somebody. I'm gonna force somebody to do this. You know what, Phil, I'm gonna make you do this. I'm sorry, but this has to be done. Unemployment has skyrocketed in the last few. Actually, since this was the first one right now, I want to do this first. President visiting schools. Please shut this down. And unemployment. You're gonna get about 10%. You're gonna get about 20%. You're gonna get about 15%, and you're gonna get about 30%. Bring this up to 25. Bring this up to. Oh, there's not much in here. Let's bring this up to 15. And this up to 20. Alright, publish. With one less reporter, or one less writer, we don't have much choice in the matter. 0 weeks left until the Public Culture Bill comes into force. Sold out in the southern districts again. Holy crap. -4 popularity, plus 11 rebel opinion. Okay, this must be the ending. This is a little bit longer than usual, but yeah, this is like the last couple of weeks. Why not? Day of the Public Culture Bill. In the northern suburbs, come on, Steam Achievement, get out of the way. In the northern suburbs, the Loyalist Party is hosting a small outdoor celebration for the introduction of the Public Culture Bill. A big banner with the words "For Propriety" in the media hangs over a small stage set up over the event. So far, the celebration has consisted of a small speech from the president, followed by a local children's choir singing the national anthem. Outside the celebrations, the Loyalist banner and flags fly high throughout the entire district. It's a symbol of a unified people with not a single disloyal citizen to be seen throughout the district. By the Western District. A minor protest has started. While unexpected, and considering the support the district used to give the Loyalists a small amount of participation, proves that some things aren't easily changed. Apart from this anomaly, things go on as usual, with reports of police on their way to take care of the protests. It would seem that the flame of rebellion will be extinguished soon enough. The Eastern District. So many achievements! Almost all industries have been shut down by rioters. Shattered windows, cut fences, and vandalized goods can be seen all over the district. There are also reports of a truck blowing up in the outskirts of the district. The rioters themselves seem to be mostly workers of the district, armed with pipes, wrenches, and hammers. A trail of destruction lies in their wake, with messages written in coal and tar left on the dusty brick walls of the factories. From what we know, the police are on their way. What we do not know, however, is how they plan on stopping the rioters. Let them hang! Oh, that's kind of brutal. Over by the southern docks, the rebellion has struck hard. Shouts of "Workers rise! Bring the Loyalist demise!" echo throughout the streets. The sidewalks are filled with torn-up government propaganda, shattered glass, and the occasional policeman either dead or beaten within an inch of his life. One of their lifeless bodies hangs from the top of a lamppost with the sign "Censor This" dangling from his neck. The streets themselves are packed with protesters and rioters armed with pipes, bats, and broken bottles. At the front, a couple of protesters have tied a sheet with a raised fist painted in red between two broken broomsticks. As they march on down the streets, the spirit of rebellion continues to spread throughout the district. While the city is as busy as ever, a small newspaper called the Westport Independent soldiers on. The paper has had its fair share of ups and downs lately, but no matter what hardships it faces, it just keeps on standing. Woo! Of the many rumors circulating about the paper's missing employees, there are a few that keep reoccurring. One of them concerns a young man leading a riot at a local police station. Not riot. Witnesses claim they arrived early in the morning, rallying on the other side of the steel fence, all armed with police cards and pipes. Frank, if I'm not right. It was clear that a civil protest wasn't their intention, even before the officers tried to intervene. Nobody knows who threw the first Molotov, but everybody was witness to the chaos that unfolded. A few hours later, it had died down, with many of the participants having fled or laying wounded or dead. The only thing remaining is the burning rubble and one line of graffiti lit up by the flames. From ashes we rise. Witnesses have reported seeing a mysterious woman carrying a Westport Independent press badge at different spots across the city. She had been seen in the middle of the action, dodging blows while taking pictures with a camera. Some also claim that she was also writing things down in a notepad while asking questions and aiding the wounded. Authorities have so far failed to apprehend her, but whether or not she is affiliated with any side in the conflict remains unclear. I asked the broad question, "Why in heck are you doing this?" a witness stated. She just looked at me, dumbfounded by my question, and said, "Well, in case the world doesn't end tonight, somebody's gotta write this down." Julie! Police are still searching for one of the paper's journalist Phil, who has been reported missing from his home. According to statements from neighbors, he arrived earlier at the apartment he shares with his brother, seemingly frantic. Neighbors were growing suspicious after they heard a set of heavy thuds and sounds from the apartments and went to investigate, suspecting looters. Oh my word! Witnesses claimed that when they arrived, the apartment was trashed, furniture smashed to pieces, shattered glass everywhere, and clothes scattered across the floor. Phil! The signs of a struggle were evident, but neither the journalist nor his brother were anywhere to be found. If anyone has any information about their current whereabouts, please contact the Westport Police. Phil, no! Yeah, Loyalist Pig in the back there. In the east, witnesses have reported seeing a middle-aged woman matching the description of one of the paper's employees. She, together with several other civilians, have set up blockades adjacent to the fighting by stacking broken doors and furniture. Behind the blockade, they are offering shelter to people seeking refuge from the violence shaking the streets. Although police have denounced these actions as rebel activity, the people behind the barricades seem to offer little in way of conflict. Instead, they seem to focus on keeping it out. Whether the woman is one of the paper's employees or not has yet to be confirmed, as she has refused to answer questions from anyone wearing a press badge. "I think us journalists have ruined things enough," a witness claimed, she stated when prompted. Credits. And that's that. Man, this game is kind of in-depth with its credits. I mean, wow. Each employee, I'm pretty certain it was frankly the rebellion there, because there were 4 sections and, yeah. Well, I'm going to let the credits roll on past. I hope you all enjoyed. That was my first run of the Westport Independent. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you want to suggest what I can do for another run, because this has replayability, where I can go full rebel, like slander the heck out of everybody, try to get the Northern District to be rebellious, or I could try to be government-like, or just try to be in the middle, try to balance it out so it's just halfway. I don't know. Leave a comment down below what you think my next run should be. I hope y'all enjoyed. Take care.